Hello world, this is Wolfstar Games, and welcome back to more Robotics Notes Elite. Last time we threw out the video, talked about Gun Build 1's stability, or lack thereof, really. I mean, sure, the wheels help that are now on it, but from the sounds of it, it sounds like Gun Build 1 needs more than just the wheels to keep it stable so it doesn't topple over. And we don't want that to happen, for sure. With our shopping at the convenience store finished, we returned to the hangar after about 30 minutes. Even now, the workers seem irritated.
ほら、純ちゃん、大会で型を披露するときみたいに大声で、しかも可愛く。
Do a kata, but cutely. How is she gonna pull that off? Doing it cutely.
でもこういうのは女子が言った方がいいんだって。東京の電車だってアナウンスは女の人の声だったんだから。
Judah, I mean, she's very timid. You know, I think Kaito's a little off the mark of trying to get Juna to do what he wants her to do. Okay, so I apologize again for my frame drops. As you can see, I changed things a little bit, and it seems to be better now. I swear, every time I think I have figured out my frame drop issue, the frame drops rears its ugly head again and makes things worse again. I swear, I can't figure it out. And I can spend a lot of time online, you know, whether reading about it or looking up videos to try and get information of how to fix my problem. But at the same time, a lot of the solutions are coming from Windows users, and I use a Mac laptop. It's like I don't have a Windows computer. I don't have a gaming computer, I should say. So, yeah, I'm using what I can here to do this. And I don't want to have to completely stop doing this. It's like, even though that you know, still relatively new at the, you know, Let's Playing game, I enjoy doing this, and I want to continue doing this. I would hate to stop, so I want this to work. Anyway, let's get back to the game here.
作業中の皆さん、お菓子とお飲み物の差し入れです。
That could bring back up their energy a little bit. While Juna shouts, I lay out a host of snacks and drinks on the table. This all costs just under 3,000 yen. Painful for a high schooler's wallet. I'll bill Sumiyoshi for it later. I don't think he'll I don't think he'll accept that.
どうぞ休憩してください。
That's actually probably a good idea for them to all take a break. I mean, how long have they been working? The savage atmosphere surrounding the robot suddenly dissipates thanks to Juna's announcement. The workers immediately stop what they're doing and gather around the table. Okay, so it's not exactly the, girls... the girl's touch that Kaito was talking about that I was thinking of. But, Juna did good there. It's like, I thought she would have a lot of trouble trying to speak up like that. I mean, the vibe I get from Juna is that she's, very, very introverted. I mean, we see that she's, very timid and very unsure of herself. She seems to have an inferiority complex. So, for her to speak up rather boldly, I imagine it would have been a lot tougher for her to do, but she proved me wrong, and I like that. Juna starts handing juice to everyone. The stiff smile on her face is kinda charming in its own way. I take the chance to head over to where Akiho is.
アキちゃん、無事かい？
あ、かい。
Doc? What do you think of her?
おや、これは毒。
Yes, it is. Looks like he was in the middle of a lecture. Oh. I mean, sorry, Doc, for interrupting your lecture, but you guys could more than likely use the break.
Oh, 付き添いか。
Yes, I'm the escort. I take it that the robot doctor just kind of sees Kaito as Akiho's, kind of servant. And not so much like, a partner. I mean, granted, I'm grasping at straws here of what the robot doctor thinks about Kaito. Doc only ever calls me her escort. I mean, you basically are, Kaito. Not that I really want him calling me by my name anyway. Why? I would rather be called by my name than be... I'm getting a little tongue-tied. I would rather be called by my name than being called, oh, you're Akiho's escort.
ロボ部の段取りが悪すぎる。
Really? Is it that bad? If it's not clear, when he says Robot Club right now, he's referring to Akiho specifically. In fact, I think he's called every Robot Club president that. I don't find that too surprising, actually. Especially given that Michi was the last club president. And we know how he is.
付き添いも遠くでぼーっと見てねえで手伝ってやらねえか。
Hey, yeah, really. It's like, actually lend a hand, Kaito, instead of just milling about watching.
おっしゃる通りで。というわけでアキちゃん、バイトの皆さんが休憩してる間に段取り決めちゃおうよ。
うん、ごめん、容量悪くて。
Sad Akiho again. I try asking Akiho about what work remains. Apparently, the waste's bolt connection is complete. The batteries, radiator, and the like are loaded in. The cockpit switches and wiring are the biggest problems left. Okay, those are the biggest problems left. It's like, what exactly needs to be done with the cockpit switches and wiring? Do they need to be actually put in? Or are they already in and they just need to be connected? Oh, and the sticker for the Space Candy Company. We also gotta wrap the robot in crane wires to stand it up.
ステッカーなんて住吉の好きに貼らせちゃいなよ。
Except I know that Akiho would not want the sticker plastered right on Gunbuild 1's chest.
そうはいかないよ。胸のど真ん中に堂々と貼られたらかっこ悪いもん。
Yeah. It's like, I knew that's not where she wants it. How big is the sticker? I mean, can't it be put, like, on the arm, you know? You know, like right here?
だったら貼る場所をこっちから指定しちゃった方が早いな。
It's like, where would you want to put it, Akiho? If not, if you don't want it on the chest, where would you want it?
それは俺がやるよ。後で文句言わないこと。
わかった。
Okay. Kaito's gonna take care of the sticker problem. Interesting.
あとは
Akio thinks a little. Think. A little like Winnie the Pooh.
あ、そうだ、マフラー。
The scarf?
マフラー？ああ、純ちゃんが作ってたやつ？
Yeah. Gunvarrel's iconic long scarf. It's in the hangar, ready to go.
立たせる前にあれを首に巻いておかなきゃ。
それは純ちゃんにやらせてあげよう。
And just like this, we check the remaining steps, one by one.
ほら、そのまま上げろ。ゆっくりな。
What's with all the whistle blowing? I mean, I kind of get it why there would be a whistle involved, you know, but you don't need to blow it so much. Most of the work is now complete. For the finishing touch, the two cranes raise the robot and begin the process of standing it up. I hope we get a CG of Gunbuild 1 of Gunvarrel standing up in all its glory. At this point, there's nothing Juna, me, or even Akiho can do. We just have to hold our collective breaths while watching over it to see if it stands up safely. Akiho? Akiho looks at the robot with unease. Oh. What's the problem, Akiho? Her shoulders seem super stiff, so I grab onto them as hard as I can. Well, don't grab her too hard. It's like, what did I just say? It's like, let up, Kaito.
何すんのかい。
そんなに力んでたら疲れちゃうよ。
Well, I think you just made her more tense by grabbing her so hard.
わかってるよ。
Wires are hooked to the waist and legs. The two cranes are skillfully attempting to stand it up. Seems tough. I mean, it's no easy task, for sure. I mean, for a huge robot like this, they're working really carefully. I mean, you don't want to damage the merchandise, so it's like you would want to do it very carefully. Anyone would get nervous watching this, not just Akiho. Yeah, true, yeah. Oh, nice there. Did she just show up, or has she been there this whole time? Tanoji-san strolls by, a smile on her face. Okay, she just got there. I mean, why not? Slowly, slowly. The robot starts to straighten out. Finally, in an upright position, it's carefully lowered to the ground. The bottoms of its feet are firmly planted on the ground. Even Kaito's getting excited. I mean, all told, I can't remember. Did they tell us how tall the robot would be put all together? I can't remember if they told us that or not. But I imagine it's really tall. I mean, it's not a full view of him, but you know. I'm happy that we get to actually see at least a part of him. You know, looks like from the waist up. It's looking mighty cool. And I do have one question though. How do you get to the cockpit exactly? Is it like from the back? You know, like there's a hatch in the back of the robot that you would get into the cockpit? With Akiho's declaration, there's scattered applause across the airport apron. Well, only me, Tanoji-san, and Sumiyoshi, to be exact. Juna? You okay, sweetie? It's like, I hope she's okay. I know she has a fear of robots and all. Juna is weak-kneed and shrinks back. Oh, Juna. It's okay. It's okay, sweetie. Is she scared by the robot's size? I want to say that it's more than just his size.
Oh, こりゃインパクトあるの.
And now that Sumio has seen the robot, you know, put together, it's like now he can really get behind, you know, sponsoring the robot for the expo.
しかも、アキコちゃんよ、見てみ、あの肩に三千と輝くスペース飴のロゴ。
On its shoulder. That works, and that's exactly where I was thinking of putting it, too. That's perfect. Well, shoulder or like right here, but you know, it's like I was in the general vicinity.
Boing-chan!
Really? Sumio's parrot is here too? It's like, can't Sumio just leave his sexual harassment parrot in his office?
こりゃいい宣伝になるぞ。おお、こうしちゃおられんの。何日新聞に連絡して取材に来てもらわんと。
Sumiyoshi laughs brightly and leaves our circle to go and make a phone call.
見て見てカイ、ガンツクワンが立ったよ。
Yeah, it's an awesome achievement. And finally, after 9-10 years, Gunbuild 1, Gunvarrel is standing. I think Misa-ne would be proud. I think so. I mean, even though she, I guess, lost interest, I think she would be proud of her sister to get it to this point, to get the robot to this point of actually being put together and standing and upright in all its glory. And listen to this music. It's like it's such heroic music. Akiho is thrilled. Of course she is. It's like her dream is becoming a reality now. She's wearing a giant smile on her face. Hard to believe this is the same gloomy girl from earlier. Talk about a quick mood change. I mean, she was just a little uneasy. It's like she was a little unsure if Gunvarrel would actually be able to stand upright. And yet he is. So this is big. And for him to stand upright safely, she's now, in high spirits. Granted, I know how passionate Akiho is about robots better than anyone else does, so I get it. Yeah. But man, this thing is ugly. Excuse me, Kaito?
こんなに大きかったんだ。実際に立たせると想像よりずっと大きいね。
I want to say that it's like, probably 9-10 feet tall, I want to say. It's like that would be really big.
足元から見上げたいけど、まだ作業終わってないから、もうちょっと我慢。
Now that the robot is standing, the workers are removing the wires from it. Once they're done, mission accomplished.
でもとりあえず写真撮っとこう。ほら、カイも撮って撮って。
Yeah.
でね、お姉ちゃんに送るの。お姉ちゃんこれ見たらなんて言うかな。
It's I was hoping that Akiho would want to show Misa-ne her accomplishments and show her that Gunbuild 1 has finally gotten to the point where he's actually standing. So I'm glad that she's gonna do this. And dear God, I hope that Misa-ne will actually respond back.
絶対にうちと同じでガンバムのセリフを言うに違いないよ。そうそう、あと医療用にタグをつけておかなきゃ。
Oh, of course.
うちに文才があればな。そしたら読んだ人全員を感動させられるような素敵な紹介文を書けるのに。
普通でいいと思うよ。
普通ね、普通。わかった。でも苦節9年か。長かったな。お姉ちゃんが設計図書いてた頃からの付き合いだもんな。
Yeah. It's like 9 long years. And the time has finally arrived.
そういう意味じゃ、うちが一番このガンツクワンと付き合いが長いのかも。
Yeah. I mean, I'd have to agree with that. I mean, after Misa-ne, it's like Akiho just took up the mantle of bringing Gunbuild 1, Gunvarrel to basically to life.
何度もピンチがあったけど、それを一つ一つ乗り越えて、ついに完成したんだ。うちが部長のうちに完成できて本当によかった。よかった。
Oh, Akiho. It's like she's so happy now. She's crying. Aw. Akiho's finally reduced to tears, but happy tears.
アキちゃん、ハンカチ持ってる？
Do you have one, Kaito? That would be the gentlemanly thing to do, is to hand her a handkerchief. She doesn't carry one in her work clothes? With little choice, I hand her some pocket tissues. That works too. I mean, it's not a handkerchief, but that works.
ありがとう。
You're welcome.
ほら部長さん、もっと近くで見てきたら。
Now that the wire removal is complete, the workers have started to pack their things. I look around for Doc, wondering what kind of face he's making, but don't spot him. Like, where's Doc? The only people in high spirits in this huge old airport are Akiho, me, Tenoji-san, and Sumiyoshi. Just us. It's kind of sad. I sigh as I watch Akiho run off toward the robot. And then she turns to face me.
明日稼働テストやるから雨天順延ね。
Okay. I guess that's the next thing on the list. Actually operating Gunvarrel. Ooh. This should be very interesting then. And I'm actually getting excited for this. Oh, right. You still haven't solved that one teeny issue. Who's the pilot? I know Sumio wants Juna to be the pilot, but she's not the best choice. It has to be Kaito. Him and him alone. Oh, Juna. Juna is hopeless, seeing how terrified she is by Gunbuild 1's size. Getting Frau out of her room would be a huge pain in the ass. I'm actually kind of surprised that Frau isn't here. I mean, seeing that it's a Gunvarrel robot, straight from not just the anime, but also from Kill Ballad, a game that she made. I'm surprised she's not here. Which leaves me with Michi. I'm not going to tell him just yet. If I told him ahead of time, he'd just try to ditch. Thursday. Cancelled due to rain. Well, darn it. It just had to rain. Friday. Also cancelled due to rain. Well, a run of bad luck here. The sky finally clears 3 days after the robot stood up. It's finally the day of the operation test. Akiho has been crazy nervous since this morning, but I'm not worried at all. I head to the old airport as carefree as ever. But I'm shocked by the spectacle that awaits us there. There's a crowd. A bunch of people showed up. I hope the robot performs well. Especially now that there's a crowd to witness this. And it sounds like an awful big crowd, too. If I had to guess, this is Sumio's doing. I mean, he's the one who wanted to contact the newspaper to do an interview. There are people, lots of people, all over the old airport. Not quite as many as the Yoida Iki festival the other day, but a pretty comparable number. How does Kaito know how many people were at the festival when he didn't actually go to the festival? There are also around 20 stalls set up, with delicious smells wafting from them. This is become just a big event now. 20 stalls? Food stalls, I assume? I mean, delicious smells. It has to be food stalls. What am I saying? Even Mizuka-san is here, selling drinks from a cooler box. There are folks with sheets down and lunch boxes out. There are also old folks who look like they dropped by because they saw something going on. I mean, a lot of people are curious, right? Some kids are looking up at the giant robot, calling it ugly and big, while other kids are running around. Some kids from our school are voicing their opinions about how the scarf is dirty and the like. People from JAXA, notably Tanoji-san, are evaluating the robot using all sorts of technical lingo. Anyway, only one thing is for certain. Everyone in attendance is watching the robot and excitedly waiting for it to move. I mean, I would be too if I was there as a spectator. That's right. Everyone came to see the Robot Club's robot. I assume that Vice Principal Usui is there as well. I mean, it's a school club, so She would have to be there, right? Probably because there's not much in the form of entertainment on this island. But who told everyone about it? Yeah, I think I know who. Only the Robot Club members should know that there's an operation test today. Except there were two people, minus the workers that worked on it, who knows about the robot as well. The Robot Doctor and Sumio. The Robot Doctor wouldn't, hold this huge event. It has to be Sumio who has done this.
Oh, 来たな、ロボ部の若人たち。
ボインちゃん。
Our sponsor comes lumbering over to us. He's got a huge smile and seems to be in high spirits.
この記念すべき日のためにな、わしがインパクト大の宣伝を打っといたぞ。
Yeah, it's like it had Sumio written all over it. It's too obvious.
ほれ、見ろ見ろ。
He points to a flyer with an outdated looking design. Giant robot start test run at the ruins of the old airport. August 10th, 2019, Saturday. I mean, that would get people's attention for sure.
これは
今日の何日新聞に広告を出しといたからの。これだけ集まるのも当然じゃ。
Leave it to Sumio.
記者も来とるからな。明日の一面になるぞ。スペースアメ車のステッカーがでかでかとな。
I really do hope Operating Gunvarrel is a success and not a failure. For it to be a failure in front of a huge crowd, Akiho would be devastated.
さあさあ、あとはお前さんたちに頑張ってもらわんとの。ロボをガリガリと動かしてな、みんなの度肝を抜いてやれ。期待しとるぞ。わしはビップ席から見とるからな。
And with all that said, Sumiyoshi finally leaves. By the way, the VIP seat he referred to is just a table under a tent, like you'd see at a school sports festival. I'm pretty sure she didn't expect anyone there other than the Robot Club members, Sumio, and the Robot Doctor.
中止してもいいと思うよ。まだ一発目の稼働テストだし、不具合なんかも出る恐れあるでしょ。
Yeah, it's like, and that's what I'm afraid of that will happen. I thought she was anxiously shaking, but she starts chuckling instead. Is she actually trembling with excitement? I mean, Akiho seems to not be worried. Which in itself is a little worrisome.
何言ってるのかい。疾風怒涛の元気一発頑張れるジャキー。
I mean, though I cannot ever fault her for her unyielding optimism. She starts shouting all of a sudden.
この時をうちは待ってたんだ。今こそみんなにいいところを見せつけてロボ部の栄光を取り戻す時。たぎるぞ、たぎりまくり。
She thrusts her finger up at the sun shining down at us from above. She hasn't even considered the possibility of failure. She's totally getting ahead of herself. Don't blame me if something goes wrong. If Juna tries to operate Gunvarrel, something would go wrong. Kaito needs to take her place.
はい、ロボ部集合。あれ、今日もスバルとフラーボーは来てないの？
Well, of course Subaru wouldn't be here because this is, you know, Robot Club shenanigans, and, you know, he has to be the invisible partner because of his father, so that's not surprising that he's not here. Frau, that's a whole different story, I feel, and one that I'm not entirely sure why she would not be here. As per usual, the pair are MIA. The only Robot Club members gathered in front of the hangar are Akio, Juna, and myself. And Michi, of course. Right.
二人とも例によっていつもの理由じゃないの？
Well, definitely with Subaru, yes. I don't know what Frau's reasons would be, though. Subaru's working in secret from his dad, so he can't ever appear when there's a crowd. As for Frau, well, she never shows up anyway, so... I mean, she is introverted, so maybe she just doesn't like crowds?
ロボ部にとって大事な日なのに。
It is, but, you know, with Subaru, it's understandable. Frau... with Frau, the Frau's the Frau, so it's like, it's kind of hard to argue why she's not here.
こういうイベントはね、みんなで集まって思い出を共有すべきだと思うの。
Shared memories, man! Come on!
それが仲間っていうものだよね。ねえ。
No, you're not wrong. No.
一緒に頑張れば元気も100倍だって元気くんがいつも言ってたよ。
I really wonder what Akio would think of Frau's, you know, bots, especially since it's characters from the Gunvarrel anime.
よいらーいき。
Why is she yelling that out? Akio raises her fist into the air, alone.
フラウボーだけでも無理やり引っ張って連れ出してこようかな。
Actually, she should be able to see this from her security cameras, right? I mean, she's just nearby.
アキちゃんの気持ちもわかるけど、あんまりギャラリーを待たせるとブーイングが出始めるよ。
Possibly. The operation test has long lost its original purpose. This isn't a test, it's a reveal ceremony. Yeah, that's what this has become. A reveal ceremony and not an operation test. I really am worried now. Thus, the schedule is no longer at our convenience. Yeah. We have to follow the whims of the audience. People on the island are easygoing and relaxed, so they're still doing as they please and enjoying themselves. But if we make them wait for hours, they're gonna start getting restless. So we need to hurry up and get this thing going and wrap up so that folks can disperse quickly.
なんか納得いかないけど。
But what?
でも確かに早くガンツクワンを動かしたいよね。うちだって2日も雨で延期になってうずうずしてるんだから。
And I completely understand that itch. It's like, speaking of which, I just, all of a sudden got an itch on my back. What timing?
というわけで来てない人はほっといて稼働テストを開始します。
I'm glad she came to a decision and all, but we haven't actually decided on how to move forward.
やることって言えばパイロットが乗り込んで電源入れて歩行スイッチを押すことぐらい。
歩行スイッチ？
前進と旋回押しっぱなしにすると前に進み続ける。旋回ならその場で方向転換し続ける。
Okay. I mean, it sounds straightforward enough. But all the same, I still feel that Juna, if she winds up piloting it, would make a mistake.
話すと停止。それだけ。パイロットって言いつつもね、難しい操縦なんて何にもいらないの。コックピットにあるボタン、その2つだけだから。
Really? I thought there would be a lot more, buttons and all. I mean, sure, it's just for walking, but maybe as the story goes along, we'll get more buttons to press in Gunvarrel to make them do other stuff and not just walking. Then, hey, anyone could do it. Including Juna or Michi. Come on, Kaito. Do you really trust Juna or Michi to do it?
それで
I mean, nothing against Juna, but, Juna is acting more timid than usual today. Yeah. Performance anxiety, I take it? I mean, after all, she does her karate on her own, alone, with no one else around. She's totally avoiding looking at the robot. It's obvious that she can barely stand up.
1号機くんには誰が乗るの？
I think it's so funny and so cute that Juna calls the robot Model 1 Kun.
私 無理。
Oh.
あんな高いロボット怖くて。
I've known for a while now that Juna is terrified.
でもあの縄ばしご登れそうな体力があるのってロボ部だと順ぐらいなんだけど。
Why is she the only one with the stamina to climb the rope ladder up to the cockpit? It's like Kaito should be able to do it. It's like I'm so confused.
縄ばしご?
I look toward the robot's back in surprise. Aside from the giant scarf, there's something else hanging off the robot. It's dirty and moist from the rain. The thing in question is a rope ladder hanging from the cockpit hatch on the back. On the back. So I was right. You enter into the cockpit from Gunvarrel's back. Someone needs to climb up that? Nope, no way. Impossible. It takes skill just to climb a rope ladder. Nobody could climb 8 meters up that thing without any practice. How do you know, Kaito? It's obviously impossible for me. Never mind someone with weak mental strength like Juna. And forget Frau.
じゃあ代わりに
ミッチーで。
Michi? No. Before Akiho can announce a substitute pilot, I make my own nomination. Speaking of Michi, he wasn't even listening to our conversation. He's been recording the festival on his phone droid. Recording. Oh, great.
先生がパイロットだと?
Is there even space enough for Michi in there? I mean, he's so tall. Akio is clearly displeased.
だってミッチーはロボ部初代部長でガンツクプロジェクト発足時から関わってる人だよ。
I mean, yes, but that doesn't make him the right candidate to do it.
これ以上の適任はいないでしょう。それにあの縄ばしごを登れるのってミッチーみたいに体力ある人じゃないと。
おう、先生体力には自信があるぞ。鍛えてるからな。
でもここはやっぱり学生が乗るべきだよ。
あの縄ばしごを登れるロボ部員は一人もいないって。
What about Subaru? Can he climb a rope ladder?
ジュンが
ジュンちゃんはこの調子じゃ乗っても使い物にならないね。
Yeah.
ごめんね。
It's okay, Juna.
ちなみにな、自己アピールしておくぞ。いいか、お手本見せるからよーく見ておくように。
Okay, what's your excuse for not piloting the robot?
先生な、実は昨日寝違えてしまって首が動かん。
Okay.
はあ？
Huh?
というわけで先生は辞退するぞ。うん、いいか、ノーと言える日本人になれ。これ豆知識な。
What? What? Nonsensical. Once again. Gotta grow up to be Japanese people who can say no? What the hell does that even mean? Useless. This delinquent teacher is completely useless. And just out of his gourd, really, with his pro-tipping.
じゃあ決まり。パイロットはカイデ。
Yeah. Kaito's the pilot. No one else.
嫌だね。
What's your excuse? See, Michi, I'm putting your most recent pro tip to use by saying no. Okay, touche, Kaito, touche.
俺をロボに乗せたいなら勝負しなよ、アキちゃん。
This is not the time and place for it, Kaito, come on. There's that again.
それで俺に勝てたら乗ってあげるよ。勝てたらね。
There's no more time to wait. Kaito has to do it. Now. I can hear our sponsor urging us on from his VIP seat.
まずいぞお前ら。おじきがしびれを切らしてきてる。
Yeah, I can hear that, Michi. I can hear that.
のんびりしてると桜島が爆発しちまう。
Huh? What? Sakurajima? What's Sakurajima?
どういう意味？
おじきは怒ると顔をピンク色にして爆発するんだ。その感じを桜島に例えているわけだな。覚えておけ。
Sakurajima a volcano? Cheers for the useless info. I could barely hear him. After getting called by Sumiyoshi, Michi awkwardly trots over to the VIP seat. I guess he really did sleep in a pad position. Crap. Well, that leaves you, Kaito, then. Now then. This is unexpected. I don't think it's completely unexpected. I'm back to square one. There's nobody here who can pilot the robot. Yes, there is. Which means we can't move it. Akio holds her head and starts to rack her brain. Even after being disqualified, Juna has curled up and shrunk back in fear. Oh, Juna. It's like, I swear, something needs to happen where Juna gets her confidence bolstered. If Misa-ne were here, she'd totally be up for the task. Would she? I mean, they don't know her reason for leaving. Why she just kind of abandoned the whole project.
Oi!
Yes? Michi immediately returns. He has an old megaphone in his hands. He suddenly hands it to Akiho.
おじきが瀬宮妹に挨拶させろってよ。
Okay.
挨拶
I mean, you are the club president, Akiho.
これから始まりますとかそういう挨拶だよ。一言でいい。晴れ舞台だからビシッと決めろ。
Right.
その後大徳が型を実演だ。
Oh? Why is Juna gonna perform a kata exactly? She's too nervous. Like I said, performance anxiety. Juna starts shaking her head with extreme force. Her face quickly goes pale.
できないならおじきにできないって直訴してこい。
If she can actually say anything, it's like all she's doing is just crying and making weeping noises, which is breaking my heart. Juna immediately staggers off toward the VIP seats. Oh, it's like, good luck, Juna.
いいか、セロミア妹。先生が緊張のほぐれるとっておきの豆知識を教えてやろう。
I don't know if I really even want to hear this pro tip.
手のひらに一手字を3回、いや、5回だったか、書いてから飲み込むんだ。
Huh? What? Michi! In English, please. Or I guess I should actually say in Japanese, please. What are you on, Michi? Are you high? That's not a pro tip, Michi. Thank you, Kaito. Thank you. He said it for me. Akio? Akio stares at the megaphone for a little while. Then...
分かった。行ってくる。
Alright.
その前にアキちゃん、パイロットの件は？
Gotta figure out something fast.
大丈夫、大丈夫。
Does she have some kind of plan? She answers with a smile, then puffs out her chest and walks toward the robot.
お集まりの皆さん、本日はお誘い合わせの上、遠路はるばるお集まり、
I mean, good start. Crap, she's already tripping over her words. Yeah, it's like she's never done this before, has she?
おじゃり申せ。
Didn't we get a tip for this? I think so. Let me check real quick here. Yeah, right here. That's right, it means welcome. I kind of forgot about that. I remember we had gotten this word before, like in the very beginning of the game, and I'm like, what the hell is this word? And I thought we had gotten it as a tip, and I was right. So, yeah.
いいぞ頑張れよ姉ちゃん
早く動かして。
That voice sounded awfully familiar. So lame? Excuse me?
よっ待ってました。
中央種子島高校ロボット研究部部長で普通科3年2組瀬宮明穂です。
It's actually the voice clip stopped speaking, but the text kept going. I just find that kind of funny. It's like the megaphone that she's using. Is it one of those old-fashioned megaphones where you just like speak through like a funnel, or is it one of those electronic ones? Because I want to say that it's an electronic one because of how her voice is coming out.
このロボットはうちらロボ部が9年間にわたって作り続けてきた愛と正義の巨大二足歩行ロボットです。
Love and justice? Really? That's the first time I've ever heard it described like that.
正式名称はガンバレルを作ろうプロジェクト試作1号機です。
Let's create a life-size Gunvarrel project? Was that the plan name? Because we haven't heard this before.
ガンバレルとかガンツク1とか試作1号機とかどうぞご自由にお呼びください。
Or as Juna likes to call him, Model 1-kun.
これから初めての稼働テストを行います。パイロットが実際に乗り込んで電源オン、歩行動作をチェックするんです。あと何か言うことは。
Good question. And that's only a question that you can answer, Akio.
設計者はうちのお姉ちゃんの瀬宮美咲です。
That's good. Giving credit where credit is due.
ではごゆっくりどうぞ。
What a mess of a speech. It was a little clunky, yes, but it wasn't that bad of a speech. Not that it matters. What's she gonna do about the pilot? That's where you come into play, Kaito. I watch anxiously as I see Akio hand the megaphone to Michi, then grab onto the rope ladder. Oh. Akio's gonna do it herself. Okay. I hope she knows what she's doing.
待て待て待て!
I rush over and stop Akio just as she attempts to start climbing. Take her place, Kaito. Come on.
ハキちゃん何やってんの?
She's doing what needs to be done.
うちが乗ろうと思って。うちもパイロットには憧れてたんだ。他にいないならせっかくだしうちが乗ろうかなって。
I mean, I can't fault her for this logic.
それは許さない。
大丈夫大丈夫。今日は単なるテストだし。
Huh. Kaito is gonna take her place. His promise to Misa-ne about Akiho.
それにね、今のロボ部でガンツク1のことに一番詳しいのはうちだもん。
True.
ダメだ。行かせるわけにはいかないね。
だって他に乗る人いないよ。 心配ないってば。これでもうちは歴代ロボットアニメをほとんど見てきたんだから、大体の感じは分かってるつもり。
Watching robot anime is a completely different thing than actually operating a robot.
とりあえずコクピットで電源入れたら、こいつ動くぞって言うよ。
そういう問題じゃない。事故があったらどうするんだよ。
事故なんて起きないってば。
あとその格好で縄ばしご登ったらパンツ丸見えだよ。
Really, Kaito? That's what you're worried about? I go hurriedly, let's go with the rope ladder and holds down her skirt. Oh my god.
そこまで考えてなかった。作業着に着替えてこなくちゃ。
She seriously still intends on piloting this thing after what I said? Come on, Kaito. Come on.
わかったよ。俺が乗る。
Thank you. It's like I knew something would give, and that he would wind up doing it.
でも
乗りたくはないけどさ、アキちゃんを乗せるよりはまだそっちの方がいい。
Yeah, it's like he's worried for her safety. And given his promise with Misa-ne, you know, with keeping her safe, like I want to say that is why that he falls and decides to do it himself.
とりあえず俺が死んだらポケコンとキルバラと一緒に仮装してくれると助かる。
Oh my god. Okay, Kaito. We'll do that.
死んだりしないってば。ガンツクワンはちゃんと歩くよ。
はいはい。
There's nothing less trustworthy than the words that come out of Akiho's mouth.
ところでさ、アメちゃんある？
For good luck?
アメちゃん？
Yeah, candy. How did she say it in Japanese? Ocha's son?
あるよ。
She does. Okay. Agio takes out a single space candy from her skirt pocket. She just happens to have one on her.
さっきVIP席から一つだけこっそりもらってきたの。
Well, I guess that paid off then. Agio hands me the candy.
後で返すよ。
あとこれ起動キー。
Oh, there's a starter key? She hands me what looks like a car key.
よろしくね、カイ。ガンツクワンを歩かせてあげて。
All I'm going to do is press a few buttons. I'm not doing much. I mean, you may not be doing much, but, you know, it will be a big feat if you can actually pull it off. I sigh, then grab hold of the rope ladder. After a struggle, I manage to get up the ladder and tumble into the cockpit.
あっつー。
It would be very hot in there, wouldn't it? I used every bit of my stamina to climb that ladder, and I'm soaked in sweat. Now I gotta deal with this heat. It's like a goddamn steam bath in here. The cockpit is a cylindrical shape, so it's like I'm in a drum can that's been left out under the blazing sun. Of course, it'd be hot. I can feel the sweat beating up on my forehead. It drips down and stains the area below my feet. But the heat isn't the only problem. It feels like the wind is shaking the whole machine. I recall the terror of climbing that metal tower about 10 days back, and I get goosebumps despite the heat. Oh, so it's like PTSD. Yeah, that... I can understand that a little bit, yeah. Sure does seem like I've been in all sorts of high spots lately. Good grief, I'm sick of this. My first priority is to control my breathing. I wouldn't want to have another attack in a situation like this. Yeah, that would be bad. Don't want that. I then take a second look around the cockpit. The interior is simple. There's a car seat installed right in the center. There's also a viewing window, a keyhole, and the 2 buttons that Akiho told me about. The psychological pressure is insane. I can't even stand up straight in the cockpit. Yeah, definitely not enough space for Michi. I need to bend over a little lest my head hit the ceiling. Oh. His phone tri's ringing. Is it Misa-ne? Huh? I got a little nervous from the sudden sound, but it's just my phone droid getting a call.
電話つないで。
Oh. It's Akiho. I thought it was gonna be Misa-ne for some reason.
カイ、守備は？
暑い。
扇風機でもつけておけばよかったね。検討しとく。
That would help.
扇風機でどうこうなるものでもないと思うよ。
シートベルトはちゃんとしておいて。
Yes. By seatbelt, she means the 4-point harness. I sit securely in the seat, and the viewport is in the perfect position. I can see straight outside. I can also just barely see in front of Gunbuild 1's feet. I wish I could see the tips of its feet, though.
コンソールの説明、おさらいするね。左から起動キーの鍵穴、歩行ボタン、旋回ボタン。以上。
Okay. I mean, it sounds simple enough.
シンプルなことで。
It's like I predicted Kaito's line.
さっき渡したキーを鍵穴に入れてひねったらエンジンかかるから。歩行ボタンと旋回ボタンは押しっぱなしにした時だけ動作するよ。離せば動きは止まる。もしも何かアクシデントが起きそうだったらすぐに動きを止めるかエンジン切っちゃっていいからね。
おいおい、そういうビビるようなこと言わないでくれる？
I mean, she's laying all the groundwork for him. And, you know, he needs to hear all this.
ごめん。
さっさと始めよう。でないと蒸し焼きになる。
It's like, pain is temporary, Kaito. Didn't I tell myself I'd never ride in this thing? How did I get here? I mean, I already explained it, so... I know I made a promise. I'm being relied on. I knew it was because of his promise. But having to shave time off my own life for that? I sure got the raw end of the deal on this one.
じゃあ、電話はつなぎっぱなしにしといて。 うちの合図でエンジン起動ね。
I put the space candy I received earlier into my mouth, for good luck, and stick the key into the keyhole.
それでは皆さん、ガンツク1起動します。
I hear Akiho shouting on the megaphone outside.
カウント3、2、1。
It's like, for some reason, when she's talking through the megaphone, the dialogue, the spoken dialogue, is ahead of the text, and it's a little weird for one, and it's, I don't know, it seems like it's not synced up correctly. And I know in my no, wrong thing. I know with my config that I have it where it's, yeah, that the voice is synced. So I don't know why the voice is not synced with the written dialogue. So it's, I don't know, it's a little odd. Timed to her voice, I turn the key. This thing's powered by a diesel engine. Diesel, okay. I thought it would just be a regular engine. I heard they reuse one from a truck. According to Akiho, it's almost 30 years old. That's an old engine, wow. Jesus, the sound and vibration are nuts. The engine is right under the cockpit to boot. I could just barely hear that. And what's with all the special characters here? Akio's saying something, but I can't hear her due to the engine noise. Okay, that's why.
なんだって？
カウント歩く。
I'm just barely able to make out her voice. I guess we're going right into the walking test. I stick my thumb up at the phone droid screen to give a sign of acknowledgement. This thing's not gonna topple over, right? Well, just take it easy with controlling the robot, and you should be fine, Kaito. Right? I hope so. Subaru pointed out the possibility in painful detail. Yeah. Fortunately, if it toppled over here, the audience is a ways away, so there wouldn't be any casualties. Well, that's good. Though I doubt I'd make it out in one piece. Yeah. It's like Kaito would be a little worse for wear. The upper body is pretty much paper mache. There are no safety features like shock absorbers. Maybe that's something they should include then. I'm basically inside a drum can mounted on top of moving legs. If it fell over at full force, wouldn't the cockpit be crushed with me inside? That'd be the end of my story.
くそ、うるさいな。
The engine is annoyingly loud. I mean, it's a 30-year-old engine, of course it's loud. If you feel like something's off, cut the power. I want to do that right this instant. But since I'm already inside, I might as well see this through to the end. But by my estimates, it's 2/8 in favor of my loss. But even with those odds, sometimes you gotta fight. If I die here, I swear to God I'm haunting Akio. Well, you're just a peach right now, Kaito. I gulp loudly. I take several deep breaths in an attempt to force myself to calm down. It doesn't work. My heart rate is skyrocketing. I put my right thumb over the walk button. I press the walk button. The engine starts to roar. Gunbuild 1's entire body jolts. Come on, you hunk of junk. Take a step.
What? なんだ?
What's what? A loud noise bellows from beneath my feet. Has to be the feet, right? Or is it something else? The shaking starts slowly and grows more and more intense. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit! The fact that I can't see what's happening is terrifying.
アキちゃん、どうなってんの?
Good. That's good, right?
でも音がすごいんだけど.
It's probably just a noise he has to get used to with operating such a big robot. More than likely, like the noise of the robot moving.
大丈夫って音じゃないだろ.
I think it's just being just a little bit paranoid.
殺す気か?
I desperately want to cut the power. She said everything's fine. Don't cut the power. I cut it and then immediately crawl out of this metal coffin. I clench my teeth hard.
本当に歩いてるのかよこれ?
I mean, by the sounds of it, it is. And Akio is saying that everything's fine. As I fight off the intense fear assaulting me, I keep my trembling thumb down on the walk button. Oh, switching over to Michi. Why are we switching over to Michi now? Oh, here we go. Now we actually get to see Gunvarrel from a wider view here. He is really big. Wow. Would you say that's like 9 or 10 feet tall? Maybe even a little higher than that. Maybe. And Michi's recording the whole thing. Everyone gathered at the airport is rendered speechless. I mean, it's a massive robot being operated from inside. Everyone would be amazed. The roar of a diesel engine reverberates throughout this tranquil landscape. Oh wait, I'm from Michi's point of view. I don't have a voice for Michi. Or do I? Have we been from... I'm trying to remember. Have we been from Michi's point of view? I don't think we have. The roar of a diesel engine reverberates throughout this tranquil landscape, along with the shrill scraping sound of metal against asphalt. The gazes of several hundred people lock in on Gunvarrel prototype Model 1 as it walks. I'm not really sure what my voice is doing. Let's try to voice Michi. I mean, he's kind of a goofball, so, the giant robot that Big Senomiya designed 9 years ago. It really is walking. It's walking, but... it's slow. Like, really, really slow. That kid's voice from the audience isn't the only one. The speechless crowd gradually starts to make noise. I look up from my phone droid recording video and glance around. A sharp pain runs through my neck. Oops. Kind of forgot that his neck hurt. Crap. I forgot about the awkward position I slept in last night. I can't turn my head like this, so I have to physically rotate my whole body to look around. I'm just like a hobby robot or Model 1 over there. It doesn't turn its body or head. It rotates its entire body. I mean, it is just extremely slowly. Holy crap! I was completely off. It is way more than 10 feet tall. That's like, what, like 30 feet tall, I want to say? That is massive. Jeez. Okay. The fact that Misa-ne and a.k.a. have managed to build this thing is really impressive, especially with its size. Jeez. Yeah, it's just really slow. I mean, it's a step forward. Pun kind of intended there. But, yeah. It may be slow, but it is walking. That's the big thing here. Can it even go any faster?
やる気あるのか。ロボ部なんだし、こんなもんでしょ。あれ、歩いてるって言えないんじゃないか。
I mean, it is on wheels, so even though that it's like walking at the same time, it's like kind of shuffling along, since it's so slow. The spread of disappointment and mockery is perfectly clear.
ありゃダメだな。
I end up voicing my honest thoughts too.
大丈夫だって返答なんかしないからうちを信じてよ
It's like, is she talking to Kaito or Gunvarrel?
機体性能の違いが戦力の決定的差ではないってことを教えてやるの
Or maybe both. Little Senomiya is shouting over and over at her phone droid with Yashio on screen. It's slow. It's just way too slow. If I were to liken it to an animal, it'd be like a sloth, or maybe a snail. I let out a yawn. I'm getting sleepy just watching it. Model 1's movement is too sluggish. I mean, what would they have to do to make him faster? I think about 2 minutes have passed since it started to move its left leg forward. Oh. 2 minutes to just move the left leg. Ooh. That kind of performance is not good. It hasn't even advanced 1 meter. How many minutes does it take to finish a single step? Even an old granny in the audience with a twisted hip could walk faster. Plus, Model 1 isn't even lifting its leg. It's just shuffling, right? Because it's on wheels? No matter how you slice it, it's not walking. It's dragging its leg. And because of that, the bottom of its foot is scraping against the asphalt, making a horrible noise. Then, Model 1 stops moving. It comes to a standstill with its left leg forward. Instead, the right leg now slowly starts to move.
ようやく一歩か。
It took over 2 minutes to go from standing to taking 1 step. It's gonna take about 4 minutes for the next. Wow. It really is slow. Too slow.
ありゃ、モーターのパワーが足りてねえな。
Is that really what's it? Is that really what is making him so slow? That the motors aren't powerful enough to make him walk faster? Move faster? Even an amateur like me can tell.
そんなこと前から分かってたよドクにもそう言われた
Little Zenomiya doesn't avert her eyes, watching over Model 1 as it moves.
でもうちらの予算じゃあれが限界素材の耐久力とか磁石の強度とかあれ以上は無理なの
I mean, that's fair. It's like seeing that this is a school-funded project, even though that we're also getting money from Sumio with him being the sponsor. There's only so much money that can be put into making Gunvarrel. Not to mention the materials needed.
スピードアップはできねえのか。
そんな機能ないよ
Doesn't have that functionality. Is it a functionality that can be added?
でもミッチ、もっとさ、すごいって言ってよ。
Except he's not.
だって歩いてるじゃん。どんなに動きが遅くてもちゃんと歩いてる。これってすごいことで。
9年前ならすごかったんだろうけどな。時代は変わる。人類の歴史はな、進化し続けるんだよ。これ豆知識な。
This is only the second time now that I've agreed with one of Michi's pro tips. He is right about this. Human history is about continual progress. That is completely true. There are videos of high-spec giant robots from all over the world, built and funded by huge corporations. I know it's wrong to compare them, but the reality is that everyone expects the same level of quality. The thing might have been built by high schoolers, but given how slow it is, that doesn't matter. It's boring. I mean, it is what it is right now. Maybe we can make it faster. Though it's not like my students are the ones who gathered a crowd. That's on my uncle. Yeah. And as expected, the crowd that was holding its breath at the start has now grown bored. They all begin looking away from Model 1. Some people have even started packing their things. Yeah, this isn't good.
お父さん、つまんない。
No.
期待したのに全然大したことねえじゃん。
I mean, it is the first time that Gunvarrel is being operated. It's like one small step for robot kind, right? We just need to make that step larger.
おい、早く動かせ。いつまで止まってるつもりだ。
壊れちゃったんじゃないの？ちっとも動かないわ。
It's not moving anymore?
高校生がロボットなんざ作れるわけなかったが。
That kind of sounded like Sumio's voice actor.
あれだって生徒会に喧嘩売っといてできたのがこれじゃあな。
所詮ロボ部だって前から言ってるじゃん。
達成。ビーム出せよ。空飛べよ。
It doesn't have those functions. Sorry. Akio's starting to get a little discouraged now, isn't she? I can tell that little Misa-ne is slowly being crushed under the weight of the audience's reactions. The 9-year dream of the Robot Club. All she's gained from seeing it through it is laughter and ridicule. In the last month, the club gained 3 members and won a ton of prize money from Robo 1. But this might actually be it. I always thought the end was near. Really? Model 1 has been completed. It's walking, generally speaking. We got an offer from JAXA, but little Misa-ne turned it down. Hey, big Misa-ne, what would you think if you saw that your little finally reached this moment after all that hard work? I really want to know that, actually. I still don't understand what you meant on the day we founded the Robot Club. I have no idea what to say to my students. Job well done? For one. I mean, this is a big accomplishment. Even though that he's walking extremely slowly, this is a huge accomplishment. 8 years have gone by since then.
ねえミッチー
Oh, all of a sudden, flashback in the middle of this ceremony. Well, look at Michi younger. He actually looks rather normal. Not like not that he doesn't look normal present day, but you know, as a high schooler, he looks normal. Let's put it that way.
ロボ部の部長のことだけどミッチーがやってくれない？
She asked him to become president. It's interesting that she didn't jump at the chance to become president. And she instead asked Michi, of all people.
何？なんで俺だよ。おかしいだろ。
I would have the same reaction if I was Michi.
瀬宮がロボット研究同好会作ったんだし、ロボワンで勝てたのだってほとんどお前の手柄じゃねえか。それで部に昇格できたんだから、やっぱお前が部長やるべきだろ。そもそも俺、柔道部と掛け持ちだし。
Judo club? Really? I would not have guessed that Michi is into judo.
ロボットのことも図工のこともちっともわかんねえしな。
Neither does Kaito. And he's in the robot club.
でもお願いできない？
I wonder why she asked Michi.
ゆういちには断られたのよ。
なんて？
ミッチーと同じ。私がやるべきだって。
誰だってそういうさ。ロボ同好会は瀬宮のワンマンチームだったからね。瀬宮がいねえと始まんねえのさ。
でも私ロボ部には入らないつもりだから。
She founded the robot club, but she didn't have any intention of actually joining it? That's interesting. Huh.
あ？なんだそりゃ！部にするためにあんなに頑張ってたんじゃねえか。お前、ここ何ヶ月かおかしいぜ。たまにぼーっとしてることあるし、付き合い悪くなったし。相談なら乗るぜ。いや、俺じゃなくてもイレイとか狭山とかそっちに相談してもいいんだけどよ。
That's right. Mizuka was also part of the robot club as well.
あんなにロボに情熱燃やしてたじゃねえか。俺らがドン引きするくらいにさ。でっけえロボを自分らで作るのが夢なんだろ。
こんな真面目に語るミッチー初めて見たわ。結構リーダーに向いてるんじゃない？
And from her saying that, is that why Michi accepted? Because Misa-ne sees him as a good leader?
そうか？
私も情熱とか夢とか諦めたわけじゃ全然ないのよ。むしろ1年前よりもずっと強くなってきてるわ。 でもこのままじゃ夢が汚れてしまうから。
What? Why are they going to be corrupted? Or why were they corrupted, I should say?
なんだそりゃ。俺にも理解できるように言え。
そうね。端的に言うなら、
maybe the reason she said that is because of, you know, her maybe she also found the Kimijima reports as well. You know that path that she wound up taking, that she's trying not to have Kaito repeat, it seems.
私はアドバイザーっていう立場でいいの。
Just an advisor.
技術的なものは全部提供する。それを部長のミッチーを中心にして部員みんなで運用していってほしい。
めんどくさいやつだな。
そうね。でもこれは私が気持ちを整理するために必要な手続きだから。
手続きね。
ミッチー、私の代わりにロボ部をお願い。
It's like she's so earnest here. Where did that earnestness go when she gave up?
柔道部やめろってことか。見返りはなんだよ。
ミズのお店で今日から高校卒業までの2年間1日1個おにぎり無料。
That's not much of a I guess you could say reward.
乗った。
He went for it though. All right.
それでこそミッチー。
Guess she knows him too well.
部に昇格したら本格的に巨大ロボット計画を始動させるからよろしく。
So she's kind of like Akiho and Subaru rolled into one. Has a passion for robots, but at the same time, she's like, you know, the silent, invisible member, right?
設計図も今書いてる最中なの。
まるでお前が部長みたいだな。使いっ走りにされる未来が目に浮かぶぜ。
ガンガン鍛えていくから頑張ってね。初代部長のミッチーにいい言葉を教えてあげる。私の運命の支配者は私であり。
Interesting that she says that, considering what little we know of her future in the present. Was she the master of her fate? Or was she not? It's something to think about.
私の魂の指揮官は私である。
I'm snapped back to the present when I hear Model 1's engine start to make noises. Are they bad noises? Sounding like it's used the last of its strength, it stops completely. Did Kaito cut the power?
カイ、どうしたの？エンジンが止 止まったって？なんで？勝手に？
Oh, it stopped on its own? Does it run on gas? I mean, it is a diesel engine.
そんな。
ポンコツのディーゼルエンジンだったからな。寿命だろ
う。We need a new engine.
いいが、こういう時はオーバーホールするんだ。そしたらまた息を吹き返すかもしれねえぞ。これ、豆知識な。
I feel like he just throws saying pro tip at the end of a lot of what he says to make them sound like a pro tip when they're not really pro tips. I mean, this should just be like common sense. You know? It's like the engine's old, you need to overhaul it. That would be common sense. That's not a pro tip.
カイ、お疲れ様。ありがとね。もう降りてきていいよ。
This is the end. This is the end for today, I guess. The audience is gonna go home completely disappointed. Nixon Amiya was always a perfectionist. If she saw Model 1 like this, there's no way she'd be pleased. She'd be proud of her sister, though, for getting Gunvarrel this far, though. Can they even do anything to improve this hunk of metal? I'm sure they can. If nothing else, I doubt they'll be able to take this thing to the expo.
インパクトが足りん。
There we go. I was waiting for that. Oh crap. I think Sakurajima is about to erupt. Fine. I'll face Uncle myself. I may be a teacher, but I'm eternally the Robot Club's errand boy. and former president. My neck still hurts too. Go see a massage therapist, Michi. Okay, well that kind of ended on a sour note. And oh boy, this was a long recording session for me, so I am going to stop it here. I mean, I didn't want to just kind of cut off in the middle of all this. You know, even though that I could have, I didn't particularly want to cut it off in the middle. I mean, it was getting too interesting. So, anyway, I hope you all enjoyed watching, and thank you all for watching as well. And if you enjoyed the video and want to see more, like, favorite, and claw that subscribe button to become part of the pack. And as always, everyone, I hope you all have a great day or night, wherever you may be.